I'm Dr. Monica Goldson, Chief Executive Officer for Prince George's County Public Schools. As we emerge from the global pandemic that has impacted every aspect of life itself, it is clear that our school system must transform to meet the needs of our new normal. While transformation does not happen overnight, you cannot ignore the signs of its imminent arrival. Welcome to Transformation 2026, the 5-year journey that Prince George's County Public Schools will take towards creating bright futures for the students we serve, as outlined in our new strategic plan.
The strategic plan is a playbook that sets our direction, establishes our priorities, and helps guide the entire organization to achieve transformative goals. Our plan is designed as a framework that communicates PGCPS's vision, mission, outcome goals, strategies, and measurements for success. The PGCPS strategic plan was developed in school year 2020-2021 after receiving feedback from thousands of PGCPS staff, students, families, and community members. The plan launched in fall of this year. The Transformation 2026 strategic plan is grounded in the PGCPS Coherence Framework. The Coherence Framework connects the work in teachers' classrooms, also known as the instructional core, with all of the organizational elements critical to transformation and high performance. The framework enables staff at all levels to support the implementation of the district's improvement plans and carry out their part of the strategic plan. Why a strategic plan, and why now in the midst of a global pandemic? Let's hear a perspective from Dr. Judith White, our Chief of Academics.
When we talk about reimagining the possibilities, that's not only for our students, but it's for our staff as well, as we start to think about how we can change and how we can be different. The quote here you'll read from our CEO is that we're trying to utilize this opportunity and use of funds to look at a new PGCPS and not go back to the old way. I think we would all agree that with the pandemic, the one thing that had brought us was the key word that she said, an opportunity. You see, it's easy to stay the same. It's easy to be on the same course. It's only when we go into chaos and we have struggle that we have an opportunity to make a difference for our children and to look at things a different way. As Dr. Strader said, we really took time to think about the initiatives that we have in front of us and how they align to this new strategic plan. So we wanted to make sure that our kids had an opportunity to experience educational excellence, and excellence in equity, and workforce and operational excellence, and an increased awareness of mental health and wellness in learning.
Our strategic plan has been shaped by the realities of challenges we face and the intensity of our commitment to students to prepare them to thrive in an increasingly more complex and global society, a society that many can barely imagine. Simply put, our transformation begins with an effective recovery from the impact of the pandemic and moves aggressively to shift the trajectory of educational success and engagement forward for every student and stakeholder in our school district. Please take 30 seconds to read the voices from the PGCPS community about why we need to transform PGCPS now. This plan was designed to be empowering and inclusive of all PGCPS stakeholders. Every individual throughout this school system will be an important player on this transformation team. The strategic plan framework captures our mission, vision, outcome goals, and strategic imperatives for the next 5 years. Today we'll be focusing on the foundational elements of the vision, mission, and outcome goals. Earlier, we learned about what's in our strategic plan. Let's dive in and examine the first component, our new vision. The vision paints a picture of where we're going. Our vision is to create a culturally responsive district, developing distinguished learners, leaders, voices of social justice, and advocates for humanity for the world of today, tomorrow, and beyond. These mission and vision statements come from voices of our PGCPS community, from you, through your feedback and responses during the planning process. The mission statement defines our purpose and how we will accomplish our vision. Our mission is to provide a transformative educational experience anchored by excellence and equity, developing 21st century competencies, and enabling each student's unique brilliance to flourish in order to build empowered communities and a more inclusive and just world. How will we know when transformation has happened? PGCPS has established 4 aspirational outcome goals that describe the desired outcomes of transformation. These goals collectively serve as the North Star for PGCPS, by which priorities will be set and progress will be monitored and reported. Today, we want to walk you through each goal. Outcome Goal 1. Attain educational excellence by providing every PGCPS student with a premier education characterized by innovative, relevant, and accessible learning and development opportunities that build 21st century competencies. Outcome Goal 2. Achieve excellence and equity within our learning and work environments that demonstrates an inclusive, authentic, and culturally responsive community that attracts, supports, develops, retains, and celebrates a diverse masterpiece of students, families, and education professionals. Outcome Goal 3. Realize workforce and operational excellence by harnessing the power of organization learning for improved creativity, enriched collaboration, systemic knowledge sharing, and operational efficiency. Outcome Goal 4. Increase awareness of mental health and wellness linkages to learning by eliminating stigmas, increasing access to supports, and decreasing the number of avoidable adverse educational outcomes. As we walk through each goal, you will see 4 examples of how we're already working towards these outcome goals in PGCPS. We've learned about the mission, the vision, and the 4 outcome goals. How does the strategic plan translate to our work in PGCPS? Let's take a look at some of the initiatives and strategies underway in our school system, aligned to our mission to create transformative educational experiences anchored by excellence and equity. Let's start with Outcome Goal 1 and learn more about CTE programs for high school students.
It's like I was just in class learning about HVAC, and then I'm actually in the workforce doing everything that I was taught in high school.
It's a career. I mean, you come out of this, you get paid to go to school, and you come out of it with no debt, making $100,000 a year with a benefits package.
They want me to become successful and teaching me different things. They're helping me grow to be a better steam fitter or welder.
When I get a new employee, doesn't matter who you are or what you do, I'm here to make you feel comfortable as a part of the W.O. Gary team.
The transition from high school to the real world is at a faster pace. You have to be reliable, not only for yourself, but for others. Schulen High School prepared me for this opportunity. A lot of hands-on work, a lot of book work.
Having a secure job, it feels very good because at a young age to save money and prepare for a real world.
I have a goal to first complete this apprenticeship and then work on getting my journeyman license.
I can see myself in this industry for probably the rest of my life.
This example supports the strategic plan's must-do of academic innovation and our priority to ensure equitable access to curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. Here are a few highlights from our shared learning experiences and one of our award-winning educators discussing culturally responsive learning and work environments. These learning experiences link well to our strategic must-do to develop an organizational learning culture and the priority to institutionalize excellence and equity.
And that made me think of Gloria Ladson-Billings, who says that we need to bring the education into the culture and not the culture into the education. And you're right, we have students from so many different cultures in our classroom that it's important to recognize the different needs of students based on their cultural orientation.
Developing students who are culturally responsive, who are going to be social justice warriors, I think there still is work to be done as a school district to ensure we're achieving that goal. And I think that's really what this administrative procedure takes the first steps towards, ensuring that cultural responsibility. I mean, it's said that school is like a second home. And so for a lot of students who may not feel safe at home, it's our job as a school system, as teachers, to ensure that we're bringing that nurturing, that caring environment that our students deserve.
School, in large part, is a microcosm of society at large, and society at large operates, I would say, in a fairly gendered binary, and we operate as a heteronormative society, right? So as Alvaro said, it's almost painted as if being straight or identifying as cis is the norm. And if you deviate from that, there's something wrong with, that frame in that picture. And so I feel like just in the United States specifically, we're kind of socialized from birth of that framing that straight is the norm, and that is how you should identify yourself as, or you should identify yourself as cis. And so I think a lot of students, or in some staff members in some cases, feel as if they, again, deviate from that they will be painted as somehow being wrong or at fault, or not adhering to what society wants.
I've been teaching for 17 rewarding years, and I still love it.
Don't let your past affect your future.
Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never ever give up on them, who insists that they become the best they can possibly be.
Believe in yourself and you can do it.
I am that teacher.
Our IT team has been working behind the scenes to support the needs of our students and staff across the district. Let's hear from a few team members about that work and what elements of the strategic plan most resonates with them.
I think the pandemic has shown a spotlight on digital equity. That's for me just the number one area of work for us, making sure that we have equitable access to computers, to the internet for our students and for our staff. Number one, we had to very rapidly deploy Chromebooks and computers to all our students and all our staff.
We created a brand new application for the transportation department, and that was specifically for the bus drivers. And one of the key things that we saw out of that was remote friendly, because the bus drivers and attendants could not be in the building because of COVID-19.
The technology for me, with my view, is going to help to simplify people's work. It's going to improve workers' productivity. It's going to help to support the innovative education.
We as a school district have provided every single student the computer that they need to accomplish their work. We have provided access to the internet for over 1,000 students currently speaking right now who need that access that we're sponsoring that for, to close the homework gap, to close the digital divide. That has been so fundamental, and I think is going to pave the path forward for a lot of innovative work that teachers can do with their students and that we can do with our students remotely by providing this access.
At the core of all that work, we took into consideration that safety came first.
So we see the strategic plan as an opportunity for us to connect with different departments in moving this work forward. At the same time, it's a very clear, creates a very clear guidepost for us about decisions we have to make with the resources we have.
The key question we ask is, will that help the district to achieve the goals.
Digitizing our processes and our systems is only going to help our employees as we move to just a new world of work.
PGCPS provides numerous mental health resources to support students and staff throughout the district. Here's one example.
I do want to note that last week, as well as last night, we participated in healing circles. It is something that board member Ahmed has hosted for District 5. And we saw parents come out, we saw staff members, principals, teachers come out and participate in the healing circles. And it really was cathartic. It was community building, and staff who participated really left feeling like they knew more about the restorative approaches process, not just for students, but the power that it has, even for our staff members who engage in these restorative kinds of activities.
As we close out today, let's reflect again on our vision and mission. Here are a few questions to think about as you consider how you and your unique brilliance can help PGCPS realize this vision. How does the new mission and vision connect to your work? What is one thing you will do in your role to support transformation in PGCPS? Thank you so much for your time today. We will come back together next month to learn more about the strategic plan framework and how we will know that we have been successful implementing our strategic plan.